Welcome to the Metaphysical Journey. My name is Michael, and tonight I want to cover a couple of things and also do a quick card reading for you using a sock monkey card. We can never have enough of those. But I want to begin by saying thank you to my beautiful volunteers in this most recent project that I have completed. I'm working on a new type of reading, and I had two volunteers that stepped forward, and also I had a third participant as well. And I want to thank each of you three. It means so much that you allowed me to share this with you. I so admire and appreciate your feedback, the evaluation you gave, whether it was in the evaluation form or in person, which is that we're currently working on. So thank you so much. I've done several of these types of projects in the past, and this is the first one that each of the participants actually kept their word and provided the feedback, which is all I asked for. In these readings, if you've ever had one of these project readings with me, you know that I spend a lot of time on these. On the Celtic Cross ones, I would spend sometimes 3 and 4 hours per reading just going through everything and then putting together the video and putting all the cards on there and then providing a link to the volunteer that they have separate video file, the audio file, and also included my notes. In this particular project, I didn't include my notes because it was done a little bit differently. So I really appreciate each of you for that, for keeping your word. That means so much to me. Thank you for that. You truly make a difference in my life, and I really admire your character for keeping your word. A lot of people don't anymore, unfortunately. We live in busy times. I get that. While I've opened that little box there, I want to ask everyone a question. Have you noticed that there are not as many live free card readings anymore? Last year there were several. There were a lot. And this year it's not happening, especially the community that I'm a part of and associated with. There were so many beautiful readers, and I loved their readings, and it's just not happening anymore. Why is that? It can be any number of reasons. People are busy, of course, and then this year has energetically been very strange, and a lot of people are, right now remodeling the hermit cave because they're in deep reflection. But it's time for people to come out of the hermit cave. So I want to ask all of you, if you have a particular person or several people that you miss their live card readings, the free card readings, reach out to them and tell them that. Tell them you miss them and you want them to come back. And while you're telling them that, share with them something that their reading has done for you in the past. Show some gratitude toward them. Just because it's free doesn't mean that it didn't cost any money. Money is energy. Those readings and the time that the person spends is a lot of energy that they put into it. I know I've received feedback on some readings I've done where they have said, well, we didn't even look at it. After I spent hours on it, putting it together for them, we didn't have time to even look at it because we're really busy because we have full-time jobs. Well, I am not on Skid Row or anything, and I'm not at the unemployment office every day looking for a job. I have a full-time job too, as do pretty much all the other readers out there. So please show some love. Show some gratitude. That's extremely important that you do that. So anyway, that's just my free little plug for free card readings. I miss doing them, but they take quite a bit of energy. And it seems like you can start out with 10 people in the room, and as you read for each person, they just, after they get their reading, they're gone. They just skip out. So you know how many people are left in the room by how many names you have left to read for. I understand that happens, but that is kind of, I don't know, feels kind of weird when I see that happening. It's like, anyway, something to think about. Show some love, people, because nothing in life is free. Everything costs energy. in one way or another. So show that energy back to them, and you'll probably see that they'll start to come out of that cave and come back out and provide those readings again. Regardless of the reading, there was probably always something meant for you to hear. The readers don't just make things up, they pull from what they get and they share it with you. And it may not be exactly what you were focused on at the moment, especially if you're, wanting to know about love life or something like that. In a collective reading, you don't always get that in depth. Now, there are some readers that definitely do that. It's the one-on-one readings where you're going to get that. So show some love to your favorite card readers. Definitely. It's time to do that. So I wanted to pull a sock monkey card to kind of speed this along. I already shuffled and pulled a card. And what I got was Rise Again. Now, this one, I've seen this one before, this card, and it is about reflection and a possible course correction that's happening. It's time to stop and go in and kind of think about what's happening. Because if we feel like we need to rise again, that means that we believe we have fallen. We've had a crash and burn, a tower moment, and we're starting all over from scratch. So it is a definite course correction. It's something brand new. And on this card, just a second. All right. Plot twist. We're going to take a short pause. I'll be right back. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to go and pull a deck. There's been a change on this. We're going to take a little bit more of a serious note now. And this is going to take a little longer than I expected, but it's worth it. There is someone out there, or possibly several someones, that needs to hear what is coming forward right now. Rise Again is definitely about a course correction, something new happening. But what's even deeper into that is something that you don't want to overlook, that possibly is happening right now in front of you and you are not seeing it. I pulled 3 tarot cards. I shuffled and pulled. I've been told before by different people, we'd like to see you shuffle the cards. No, you would not. It would be a comedy event in itself. I'm not that great at shuffling, but I give you my word that I shuffle them very, very carefully and have the attention question, and I pull and I use what I get. So you're going to see the 3 cards on the screen. And there is the 4 of Cups, the 7 of Swords, and the Empress. And I'm going to read this kind of all together, not one card at a time, but kind of collectively. What's possibly happening right now for some of you is that I mentioned earlier about the Hermit Cave. That has something to do with this, that you might be in the Hermit Cave because you are just you're just bored. There's just apathy. It's this energy of, why should I even bother? Who cares? It's just going to be the same way that it always is. Nothing's going to change. It's just this cycle. It's just the way it is. Life just seems to keep me down. And why even bother with it? And with the 4 of Cups, you'll see the person just kind of sitting there like, ho hum. And these cards, by the way, come from the Serpent and the Peacock Tarot. It was a starter or kickstart project. I forgot what they're called, startup or something. And now they're available for people to buy that weren't part of the initial project. But the person's just kind of sitting there. And you have the keywords on the card, boredom, depression, apathy, self-absorption, the whole thing. But the point on this is that right now you could be in this state of like, why bother? And when you feel that way, you're not even going to be looking. You're not going to be seeing anything differently because you may believe that it's never going to change. The second card is the 7 of Swords. And this one is often, it's like the deception cards, thievery, people taking things away from you. The way I read this energy on this one is that you could be feeling the way that you do presently because the rug keeps getting pulled out from under your feet. You try to make some advancement, and it's like someone swoops in and takes it from you. And you start to feel like, why even bother? It's not going to benefit me at all. It benefits everybody else. I can't get a break. I can't get ahead. I just keep getting rain clouds all the time. When does the sun show up, or is it ever going to show up? My life just sucks right now because I can't seem to go anywhere with it. And this card, the deception part, is not necessarily what I'm feeling is from other people. It's from within yourself. That in that hermit cave of all this reflection and everything that you've been going through, you have allowed some different limiting beliefs or mindset or perspective on your life to kind of take over, and you're no longer receiving things from outside the cave coming in, and you're trapped in this cloud, this dark cloud. So you could be deceiving. It's a deception of perception, if that makes sense. That came to me. Deception of perception. It's your own perception. You're not seeing what's all around you because you stopped believing that there is anything around you. There's great power in your thought process. We know this in a variety of different ways because, first of all, law of attraction talks about it. In order to receive something, you have to first perceive that it's even there. And you know, if you can believe it and conceive it, you can achieve it. That's one way to put it. Or you reap what you sow. What goes around comes around. There's many different ways that this is worded, but it all says the same thing, is that what you put out is what you pull back in. Like attracts like. And when we are in a state of depression, we don't see anything else. And often in that state of depression, we don't want to see anything happy because we have to sit in that energy for a while. Now, states of depression are also some of the most creative times that you'll have. What comes out of that is this amazing creativity, and that's where the Empress comes in, but this amazing creativity because we have this time to where we're focused on ourselves. We're not thinking about anybody else. And we're focused, and we emerge out of that with this amazing creative energy. Probably the most incredible country music songs have been written after a horrible, messy divorce where the person crashes and burns and they rise again from the ashes as something amazingly new and beautiful. And that's what Rise Again is about, coming out of that state of where you are right now into something just amazing. And so don't allow your mind and your thoughts to deceive you to believe that there is nothing better for you. Because if you have that belief that there's nothing better for you, then you also have the understanding that there is something better out there. If you're thinking it's not for me, but I know it's out there, right there is a deception. Because if it's out there, if you can feel it and if you can think about it and imagine it, it's for you because it already does exist. All you have to do is open yourself up to receive it. So what we put out thought-wise is what we pull back in. Another way to rise up is to think of that in terms of your vibration. When we are in states of depression and sadness, that's a very low vibration. And so like attracts like. If we're having a constantly rainy day, we're going to attract storm clouds because to keep that rain coming. You've heard the expression or the saying, I want to go into a little church mode here for a moment. God will never put on you more than you can handle. I've heard that many times personally. And it's usually said whenever the person's in a very, very low point in their life. Like, you know, Not quite the point of Job where it's like just curse God and die. It's not that bad. But when you're at that low point, people, oh, God will never put more on you than you can handle. And what they're basically saying is, yeah, your life sucks, but God's not making it suck worse. There's a little higher suction there, you know. And is that helpful for you when you hear that? No, it's not helpful at all. They might as well have just said, bless your heart, and pat you and move on because it has the same effect. But yes, the universe will not place more on us than we can handle. The universe will also not give us more than what we can handle. And that means the blessings in abundance. And why would the universe not give us more? It's because we have no gratitude. We're not grateful for what we have now. If I'm constantly in misery over what I have and saying things like, I hate my house, I hate my house, is the universe going to give me a brand new house? No, because I'll hate that too, because I hate houses apparently. And that's what the universe picks up. So the universe is not going to give you more than you can handle, both positive or negative. So we have to change our mindset, our perception, and start to believe that, you know what, I am worthy of more than this. This is crazy. I don't need this. If other people have these great things, I am worthy of that too. Why don't I have that? And when you spend those hours in your hermit cave, you should be focused in on that to understand what is it inside of you that's blocking you and keeping you from rising up and accepting what's all around you. You can feel it. That's part of what depresses you. You know it's there, but you don't understand why you don't have it. And we all do this, and we don't have it because we don't believe we're worthy of it. We don't believe we're good enough for it, or we believe that our past is so messed up we don't deserve it. All of that is wrong. That's our thoughts that's doing that. It's a deception of perception. So lying ahead is the Empress. That's the energy that's all around you right now. You can feel it. You know it's there. You can almost touch it. And that's the Empress, that creativity, that fertility, that beautiful new beginning, the new stuff that happens. And that's the message that I want you to hear right now. Your life is not over. It is not pointless. You are not stuck in a rut as far as the universe is concerned. The only ruts we get stuck in are the ruts of our thinking of how we see that. Now, how do you change that thought process? I wish that I could give you 5 simple steps for how to change your life. There are many reels on TikTok that can help you with just that. Let me know how that works out for you. For me, not so great. I've learned that for me, it starts with the most simple everyday things. It's not some big life-changing course I'm going to take. It's not any number of books that I'm going to read. I'm not going to find the answer there. We never find the answer there. And I'm not going to find the answer in a card reading necessarily, because the person can pull a card and read for me and say, this is what's here, because they are reading the energy that's all around me. That's what card readings do. They read the energy that's there, what the potential is, but it's up to me to step into that potential by taking action. And it all begins with the thoughts, me changing my mindset. So the very simple thing is just starting to show gratitude for what you currently have. You may not like it, what you have, but be grateful for it. There are many people that would love to have what you don't want. Think about that. Because when you start to show gratitude, show joy for in the unhappy times, be thankful in the unhappy times, the universe, your energy changes and the universe starts to vibrate with that. And that's what starts to flow back. So tomorrow when you wake up or before you go to bed, think of 5 things that you're grateful for. And it could be things as simple as, I am grateful to be alive right now, to come up with 4 more things on my list of 5 things. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for my house, my job, my dog, my cat, whatever it is. Start to show gratitude, because when we show gratitude, that's when we open ourselves up to receive more things to make us and keep us grateful. In the Bible, we're going off on Bible tonight. It's a good follow up to the sock monkey. Sock monkey, think Bible. But in the Bible, there's a way that Jesus talked about how to pray for things. And it wasn't a prayer of like, I want this, or that, please give it to me. It wasn't that. It's basically, it's the law of attraction. Jesus was way ahead of his time on this. But it's the thing of when you pray, you're actually giving thanks, not for what you want, but for what you've already received. So it's kind of a be thankful on the back end, because what he was saying is that these things are all around you. They're there. They already do exist, but you have to show gratitude for having received it. And when you start to do that, it becomes reality. The universe has no choice but to make it 3D just for you, because you've been given thanks for it. Now, we have to be mindful that there are some things that we can be thankful for and wanting that are not in our highest good. And the universe, again, will not give us more than what we can handle. If we're not prepared for it, the timing's not going to be right. And there may be a delay, but don't allow yourself to stop and think that you're not worthy of it. Realize that things happen in divine timing when they're meant to happen, and they will happen for you. So don't lose faith and don't just give up. Maintain that Empress energy of knowing the baby's on the way. In the card, she's carrying a child, I guess. It's a big dress she's wearing in this one, but often it shows that the Empress is with child, because there's something that's on its way, and you have something on its way in your life too, and that happens when you change your mindset. So I hope that resonates with you. I'm sorry this went way longer than I expected. I thought we were going to pull a sock monkey and call it good, but it is what it is. It's a message that I needed to deliver to whoever needed to hear it. So I just want to wrap up, say again, thank you to my volunteers for helping me with this project. It really means a lot to me. Each of you do. Also, once again, please out there, reach out to your card readers and let them know how much they mean to you. They would love to hear that, because that will give them this powerful boost of energy. And even though it could be a free card reading, how you repay them is through your gratitude. And your gratitude comes through your comments and anything you can give them, because that will encourage them to keep going forward. I can't stress enough the value of these free card readings and these collective things that people get. That could all go away. And what a horrible loss that would be. None of us want that. So for everyone that's ever read for me, thank you. It means a lot to me. Anyway, thank you for following me on the metaphysical journey. And all of you have just an amazing night, because you know what? If no one's told you today, you are beautiful. You are. Bye.